Do you have problems with members within your organization that cannot seem to work in groups? This member may work well alone, but makes less effort when working in small groups. Your group might be experiencing social loafing. Symptoms include a loss of motivation, diffusion of responsibility, and feelings that their contributions don't count. When members don't feel responsible for group's actions, they may feel they can fade into the crowd. But wait, why deal with groups like that when you could have groups like this?
Today we're going to talk about social loafing. This video is for anyone who'd like to improve their small group productivity by understanding what social loafing is and how to minimize it. Social loafing is the phenomenon discovered by Max Ringelmann. It occurs when people make less effort to achieve a goal when they work in groups rather than when they work alone.
Your company is sure to experience social loafing. Social loafing often results in lower quality of work and lower member satisfaction. Today we'll be discussing the causes, effects, and solutions of this phenomenon.
Consider a small group you were in recently. Did everyone contribute equally? What caused some group members to contribute more than others?
There are many causes of social loafing. We will break them up into 3 groups. 1. Social responsibility. 2. Laziness is contagious. And 3. Role instability.
Max Ringelmann, a French professor of agriculture engineering who did research in the early 1890s, found that the more people were in the group, the less effort was put in by its members. He noticed that the people did about half as much work when there were 8 members in the group than they would have on their own. When groups have a large amount of members, individuals feel that they are lost in the crowd and their voice isn't being heard. So, the higher number of group members, the lower amount of individual responsibility, and the higher chance of social loafing occurring.
When people see others slacking off, they too feel that they can get away with putting in less effort. According to an article written by social psychologists Jackson and Harding, titled Equality in Effort, the Explanation of Social Loafing Effects, people expect members to social loaf, so they reduce their own efforts so they feel everyone is putting in the same amount of work. When members perceive unequal contribution among members, group members' cohesiveness is diminished. Social loafing occurs more often when the task is easy, but when the task is challenging, more effort is put in, and the reward is greater.
The third cause of social loafing is role instability. Groups who don't have clearly defined roles are more susceptible to social loafing because the group members don't know what they're accountable for. Also, the roles assigned to each member might not be the role for them, which could cause them to loaf.
So now that we have talked about the causes of social loafing, we are going to move on to the effects. The SciTri Journal article of 2002 by William Wetner from the University of Widener proposes that the main effects of social loafing are simply lowered group satisfaction and productivity. So Brett, when social loafing strikes, how can it be countered?
Well, that's easy, Annie. You see, you just take 2 of these anti-loafing pills a day and give them to each of your members. Problem solved.
If only it was that simple. Now let's look at some actual solutions. For one solution, you can have to create an appropriate group size.
Oh, so you mean like you don't need 4 people to screw in a light bulb?
Exactly. The task needs to be more challenging for every member of the group.
Oh, okay. Next, individual responsibilities need to be clearly identified. You should do this in the initial stages of the project so members know their part.
So this would establish individual accountability, right?
Right.
Okay. Another solution is to make them feel personally involved by asking their opinion or input.
All right, because sometimes social loafers don't contribute because they don't feel that they have a say in the group.
Exactly.
Oh, this just in. Sometimes group members need to adopt an expanded role. According to John Cragen, author of Communication in Small Groups, suggests that all project teams will encounter role instability. Now, if these solutions don't seem to work, you need to confront the social loafer. Have either the selected group leader or the entire group or supervisor talk to him or her.
But I would say be careful of the words you choose, to not have the social loafer on their defense. Try something like, "We would like to see you contribute more. Is there something we can do to make this happen?"
If all else fails, you got to kick them out of the group. Nothing you can do.
In conclusion, social loafing is when individuals make less effort in a group compared to when they are working alone. This phenomenon has been known to hinder group cohesiveness, lower the overall quality of the group, and lastly, overall, lowers the satisfaction of all group members.
Well, throughout this video, we grouped the causes into 3 categories we called social responsibility, laziness is contagious, and role instability. We provided a number of solutions for you to try. If they don't work, you need to confront the social loafer.
All groups have experienced social loafing in one form or another.
If nothing is done, it can have a very negative impact on your group and its goals.
We hope by watching this video, you have learned ways to fight social loafing, so your group can continue to work effectively.